Hello there. I thought I would do another knife review. This is the Ryder RR2181. This is, I believe, the second issue of the Ryder blue denim micarta work knife. They had a work knife with black micarta a while back. People loved, and they brought the first issue of this out, and it sold out immediately. And this one sold out pretty quick, but they are available now on Smoky Mountain Knife Works website. They're $17. This was a gift from a friend and subscriber. But we're going to take a look at this knife. I love this knife. I wanted this knife when it first came out and didn't have the opportunity to get it. It comes packaged in plastic. And this knife, give you a close look at it. The finish is beautiful on this knife. The blue denim micarta is just absolutely gorgeous. We've got, looks like nickel silver bolsters and a lanyard hole. All of these pins look to be stainless steel, and there are no, I cannot feel them. I cannot feel this transition. I can feel the ring bolster. These are stamped very nice and cleanly. Let's turn it this way. I don't see, but there's a tiny little, it's not a gap. What it is, there are no gaps in this. What it is, not in the scales or in any way that I can find, do I see any kind of gap in this knife. What this is right here where it locks up. You see now that's going, right? Just the way that the mechanism works. That's not, in my opinion, a flaw. This is a gorgeous knife. It has a 440A stainless steel Wharncliffe blade. It has the serial number, stamp made in China, and the Ryder stamp. It's got good talk, good walk, good talk. It's got a very positive half stop. And I absolutely love the Wharncliffe shape for a work knife. And this knife I will carry quite a bit. It has the Wharncliffe. I love the Wharncliffe because you do have a point if you need one. I like a hawkbill as well. They don't have a point, but I love, for a work knife, for 95% of the things that I do with a work knife, cutting things like weed eater line and things like that, this straight edge here is fantastic. But with the Wharncliffe, every now and then you need that tip, and you have it. I like the little false bevel or false edge here. Very nice. This is just a beautiful knife. It's really, really well made. There's a lot of American companies that might not put a knife together as well as this one's put together. Now, this is one example, and we know quality and control is job one. That's a slogan from, I think, some kind of car company. And so I don't know what the quality control is going to be like. I know that most of the examples of Rough Riders that I have seen, if there were issues, they were tiny little issues, and some kinds of issues that I would expect, even from companies like Case. I've seen cases that had worse QC than a Rough Rider knife. So, but I'm not picking on Case. I'm just using them as an example because every company has what is it called? I want to say leeway, but that's not the right term. But it's plus they have tolerances in which they allow their knives to have, and so if it's within that tolerance, they will ship it out. And some of the knives you might find that overall a knife company, regardless of where it comes from, has really good QC, and they don't let very many out. But you might find examples of them that are not in line with what they normally send out. That's because they have the tolerances, and if that knife meets that tolerance, they'll send it out. It's the same in every company. The big deal about where something is made is whether or not the company that is having it made, wherever it is, in the U.S., in China, in Taiwan, in any place you can think of, is whether or not they have good QC, and whether or not they have people there watching how the knives are built and making sure that they meet their expectations. And I think that Smoky Mountain Knife Works, because that's who makes these, let's face it, they produce these. Smoky Mountain Knife Works, these in the Marbles line, I think they have people on the ground there making sure, because I really have not had any of those two knife companies with any kind of major problem. And I love the brass liners on this. I just love the overall aesthetic of this knife. It's outstanding. The sway back, it's just a gorgeous knife, and I'm tempted, although I don't use them, to stick me a piece of leather in there, just because the knife is so beautiful that I think that would make the knife just look so much better. I absolutely love this knife. Like I said, I will probably carry it quite a bit. So that's it, the Rough Rider 2181 denim, blue denim micarta work knife. Wharncliffe blade, sway back. The only knock that I might give this knife, and it's not a knock, it's the way it's designed, is these edges here are slightly too square for me. Now they're rounded and they're smooth and all of that, but in my opinion, they could have rounded those a bit more. But having said that, for a work knife, if you're using gloves or something like that, the handle is substantial enough that you won't lose it in your hand. It makes good registration against your thumb and on either side, so it's 6-1, half dozen other. This is a great knife for a really great price. And if you're interested, like I say, right now as I speak, they have these for sale still there in stock at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Alright, bless you. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.